Have you ever heard the story of Jesse James, man of the shadows, known by many names? He came from Missouri with a heart full of fire, a man of the people, but his soul's for hire. With a gun in his holster and steel in his gaze, he robbed from the rich in a never-ending blaze. He took what he wanted and ran with the night, a ghost in the wind out of law's sight. Oh, Jesse James, a name they all fear, riding through history year after year. A man made of legend, of blood and of fame, a robber of riches and a ghost with no name. He rode with his gang through the plains and the hills, with courage that soared and a heart that would kill. In Kansas and Missouri, his name was a curse. He took what he wanted, for better or worse. The lawmen would chase him, but they never could win, for Jesse was quick and he'd always begin to ride like the devil, his horses so fast, a legend in motion, living his past. Oh, Jesse James, a name they all fear, riding through history year after year. A man made of legend, of blood and of fame, a robber of riches and a ghost with no name. But time caught up with him, and death had its say. A bullet to end it, a price he must pay. But his name still rides in the wind through the night, a ghost on the highway, forever in flight. Now when you hear the wind and the desert still, it's Jesse James with the spirit to kill. He's not just a man, but a tale that remains, a ghost in the saddle, forever unchanged. A man made of legend, of blood and of fame, a robber of riches and a ghost with no name. With a smile, I see James, blood is in the night. Jesse James on his final right flight. His legend will live, his tale never fades. The ghost of Jesse James forever invades.
Have you ever heard the story of Butch Cassidy?
A man of the wild when the law couldn't be, born in the hills of Utah's rough land, with a crooked smile and a gun in his hand. He was a Sunstand kid, his loyal friend.
Together they'd rob but never would bend. From train to bank, they took what they could. Butch was a man who lived by the code of the band. Oh, Butch Cassidy, the outlaw so bold, the name in the shadows, the story untold. Lived on the run with his freedom to claim. Butch Cassidy's ghost will forever remain. From Wyoming to Colorado, they ran so fast, leaving behind them for the train that couldn't last. The law was on them, but they couldn't be caught. And putting the kid by the head, always fall. But the world got too close, and the end was near. They rode to Bolivia with nothing to fear. But in the heart of the night, their fates were sealed. Last stand for freedom, but it was all concealed. Oh, Butch Cassidy, the outlaw so bold, the name in the shadows, a story untold. Lived on the run with his freedom to claim. Butch Cassidy's ghost will forever remain. The law thought they'd caught him, but the truth was unclear. Did Butch and the kid die or disappear? Some say they lived and some say they died. Their legend live as the winds start to arrive. Now when the desert calls and the night is too still, and you might hear the hooves and the sound of the thrill. It's Butch Cassidy, his ghostly ride, an outlaw forever with nowhere to hide. Oh, Butch Cassidy, the outlaw so bold, a name in the shadows, a story untold. He lived on the run with his freedom to claim. Butch Cassidy's ghost will forever remain. So if you're ever lost in the wild western night and you hear the wind whisper just out of sight, it's Butch Cassidy with his spirit untamed, a ghost the border forever unclaimed.
Have you ever heard the tale of Billy the Kid, the wild young outlaw who never once hid? Born in the West, in New Mexico's land, with a gun in his hand, death close of day. He rode like the wind, quick as a flash, with a smile on his face and a heart full of cash. They said he was fast, and they said he was bold, but his story was written in blood and is still being told.
Oh, Billy the Kid, they'll never forget. A name in the shadows, a life full of death. A boy turned to legend, so wild and so free. Billy the Kid's ghost rides eternally. He roamed through the hills and he roamed through the plains, leaving behind only bloodstains and chains. A kid of West with no place to be drawn. His name feared by many, wherever he roamed. From Lincoln to Fort Sumner, he made a stand, fighting for freedom with a pistol in hand. The law couldn't catch him, no matter how hard, for Billy the Kid always stayed one step ahead of the guard. Oh, Billy the Kid, they'll never forget. A name in the shadows, a life full of death. A boy turned a legend, so wild and so free. Billy the Kid's ghost rides eternally. Time was his enemy, as it always is. Death came for him no matter what he did. They shot him down in a cold, dark room, but his legend still rises, no matter the doom.
Now when the wind howls through the desert at night, it's Billy the Kid in the pale moonlight, a ghost on the ride with a laugh in the air. Billy the Kid's spirit is always right there. Look, you're out riding and hear a soft sound. It's Billy the Kid roaming the ground, a ghost in the night of ever untamed. Billy the Kid's name. Will he turn your hearts to close with him? I'm your almighty way. Acre, I've got your mane.
Have you ever heard the true story of Bonnie and Clyde? Truth-filled redneck outlaws with no place to hide. From 3 hours northeast of the Brown Carriage line, they ran through the Badlands, leaving dust behind. Bonnie and Clyde with the devil they'd ride through the canyons and rivers where the law couldn't find. From the Tex-Mex borderline to the wide open sky, the legend still whispers of Bonnie and Clyde. They grew up in Rowena, where the fields meet the sun. With a shotgun and 6 strings, their trouble begun. They robbed banks in the west and stole cattle at night, trading peace for the thrill of a renegade life. Down near Del Rio, the law played a track. But Bonnie and Clyde had their plans mad. With a laugh and a kiss, they charged into the fray. And the dust they kicked up is remembered today. Bonnie and her cruise today. Bonnie and Clyde with the devil they'd ride through the canyons and rivers where the law couldn't find. From the Tex-Mex borderline to the wide open sky, the legend still whispers of Bonnie and Clyde. So if you're near La Frontera and the moon hanging high, listen close for the echoes of two outlaws who try to live free as the wind, though their freedom was brief. Bonnie and Clyde are still kings of the thief.
From the hills of Missouri came Jesse James, the outlaw king, a legend in flames. His back was a monster, black as the grave. Its Egan's growl cursed to the brave. In Texas, Bonnie and Clyde left their mark, robbing banks by day, vanishing in the dark. Bonnie's ride gleamed sleek and white, with wheels that whispered through the night. Clyde rode a chopper, rusted and lean, spitting fire like the sins he'd seen. Jesse from Missouri with Bonnie and Clyde, Butch and Billy, all riders who died. Engines screaming, their sins still remain, the cursed outlaws on Frontera's plain. Butch Cassidy rode from Utah's range, a polished beast that looked deranged. Chrome and leather, built for speed, the bandit's machine born to breed. Billy the Kid from New Mexico's sands rode a phantom bike like death in his hands. Its frame was jagged, it dodging us some hurts, boring the bag, it meant to emerge. Bonnie and Clyde tore through Waco streets, while Jesse and Butch burned Kansas heat. Billy haunted Lincoln, cutting the haze, riding death's machine through his outlaw days. Jesse from Missouri with Bonnie and Clyde, Butch and Billy, all riders who died. Engines screaming, their sins still remain, the cursed outlaws of La Frontera's plain. Jesse from Missouri with Bonnie and Clyde, Butch and Billy, all riders who died. Engines screaming, their sins still remain, the cursed outlaws of La Frontera's plain. They got it near Del Rio, their legend reborn, on La Frontera where the living mourn. No redemption waits for the souls of the damned, just roaring engines through barren lands. Their bikes now ghostly haunt the border's edge, with flaming wheels and spectre bridge. The desert trembles at their ghostly roar, outlaws eternal, cursed evermore. Jesse from Missouri with Bonnie and Clyde, Butch and Billy, all riders who died. Engines screaming that sins still remain, the cursed outlaws of La Frontera's plain. From Missouri to Texas, New Mexico skies, their names are whispers where justice dies. So if you hear their wheels and see their flames, beware the riders bound to their shame.